Today's the day. I'm going to try to tackle this shed. I'm going to pull everything out and then I'm going to put only half the things back in. Huh, look at that. Today's the day. I'm going to try to tackle this shed. I'm going to pull everything out and then I'm going to put only half the things back in. Here's the messy shed. In the shed, I keep all things gardening tools, harvest baskets, organic fertilizers, and pots. That includes, oh my god, indoor seed starting pots, and it also includes larger outdoor planters. Also, all the chicken stuff is in here. So we've got pine shavings. Ideally, all the chicken food would be in here, but I haven't moved it all in from the garage yet. We've got like black oiled sunflower seeds and other things for the chickens, and some general chicken care things. Like we have an incubator and our chicken first aid kit. All that goes in here. And then there's just a bunch of random stuff like dog crates. We don't have a dog. Sometimes you need a dog crate when you have chickens to isolate them. There's toboggans that don't belong in here, and our lawnmower, which is massive. And if I could just get rid of all the lawn and replace it with gardens, we wouldn't need it at all. All right, I think I better get started, and I better be ruthless. I did it. I can't believe I did it, but I did it. I finished cleaning the shed in an hour and a half, and everything's organized now. Everything's in its place. I still have to do like tool sharpening and oiling, really clean up my pruning tools and organize this space a bit more. Need a few more hooks, but for the most part, everything's away. I found these clips in the shed and I was going to throw them out. I don't know where they came from. And then I realized that I can hang up my gardening gloves, which are my son's new white leather gardening gloves. They were on clearance at PD Mart, which is closing in Canada. Anyway, there's also a bunch of orchard maintenance stuff here. So that's where I'll put my dormant oil, the lime sulfur and horticultural oil, rubbing alcohol for sterilizing things. And then My sharpener, my little pruner sharpener's there. There's some worm castings, no, worm tea here. This is from our worm bins, and soil test kits, and then plant food. I don't feed my plants a lot. Getting caught in my harvest basket. I don't feed my plants a lot of things that come out of a jar or a bottle or a box. I feed them mostly things that are free, that are existing in nature already. Sometimes certain plants require a little extra. So what I have here are some wool pellets. I also have some evergreen fertilizer spikes. I've got some cedar trees that I planted when we moved here, and they're along the back of my yard. And I really want them to grow fast to block the road. So I'm fertilizing them. Got some bulb fertilizer that just came with some bulbs I ordered at some point. And I have blood meal. Looks like I'm out of bone meal. That's it for like fertilizers. I've got bird feeder stuff here, even though I don't feed the birds anymore. I find feeding the birds means feeding the squirrels, even if you have an excellent squirrel baffle. And if you feed the squirrels, more will come. So I've stopped feeding the birds. They get a water source and they get all the insects that are attracted to my garden. So there's that. I have a mostly empty shelf just here. I could try to style these cute little terracotta pots. My empty shelf. Down here we've got indoor houseplant stuff. I've got houseplant pots and different houseplant soil mixes. And then grass seed and a cedar, random things along the bottom. I keep a pail full of empty bags, like if I've bought soil in the past in a bag or my chicken feed, that kind of thing. I keep a pail full of those because it's handy if somebody ever has extras of a bulk material that you want to go and shovel up and bring to your house. There's also a mushroom farm not too far from where I am, and they put all their spent mushroom compost out on the side of the road, and you can go and fill bags with it. It's great. Anyway, then I've got this little toolbox here is full of everything for tying up and staking, all kinds of string, Velcro, tape, old pantyhose that make excellent ties for plants because they don't cut into the plants, and then just a bunch of different stakes, extra gardening gloves, and seed saving things. I've got mesh bags if I want to isolate a blossom so that they don't cross-pollinate, and then I have a little paintbrush if I have to hand pollinate things. That's there. Big pots. What else? I guess everything else is hanging. We've got baskets. Baskets are a hot commodity around here. And then everything here for the chickens is on the bottom shelf. Grow station stuff, garden covers. Typically I have one bin that's for cold weather covering, so plastics and things. And then I have another garden cover bin that's full of insect netting and burlap and things for when it gets hotter out. This is our water bin, so everything to do with irrigation, sprayer heads, things like that. And then this is extra hose for our irrigation system. I think that's it. Let's not talk about the mess that I left laying everywhere. I'm gonna deal with that still, I promise. Most of it's garbage, or like put it on the before it hits the landfill Facebook group. There's some like wooden plant stakes that I'm gonna find a home for, but for the most part that's garbage. Yeah, I think I did pretty darn good in an hour and a half. Anyway, I have to go and collect some sap from my mom's place. Still running. I can't believe the sap is still running. It's the second day in a row of being in the teens, and it hasn't been going down below freezing every night, so I'm really surprised. If you want to follow our sap boiling maple syrup making journey, I will link that playlist down below in the description. I hope that you enjoyed watching me clean my shed. I know I love a good before and after, especially hyperlapsed people working and accomplishing a task. Although it didn't take me too long, it was a lot faster in hyperlapse. Thanks for watching. I hope that you'll come and grow with us.